channel, Susan's Just Making It, where I'm over here making stuff, messes, chaos, and making it through life. If you've been here before, welcome back. And if this is your first time here, I'm glad you decided to stop by today. If you like my video, don't forget to give me a thumbs up, leave a comment, consider subscribing, and if you subscribe, don't forget to hit that notification bell so you'll know each time I upload a new video. I'm on here today to share a few things with you guys. It's going to be short and sweet. And I do want to apologize for the lack of makeup today, but I'm probably going to be doing a face mask in a little while, so I didn't want to put anything on my face until I was done doing that. And this is the best it gets. Speaking of face mask, I did want to share the mask that I did last week. Even though it's a Christmas mask, I decided to use it anyway. It has peppermint extract and vitamin C, and this is thanks to the ladies over at Wicked Awesome Lifestyles. I mainly grabbed this out of my stash of masks because of the vitamin C. I'm really loving the effects I'm getting using vitamin C on my face. Ladies over at Wicked Awesome Lifestyle will be having a Mask Monday trivia type live tonight at 7 o'clock Eastern time. If you have a minute or two, you should really stop by and check these ladies out. They're a ton of fun. The chats are wonderful. They do trivia and different games. There's prizes, and it's just a really great time on Monday evening, 7 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. I will put a link to their channel down in my description box, and you won't be sorry if you check them out. They're really a lot of fun. So I wanted to share a couple things with you guys. I went to a local flea market Saturday this week and picked up a few things. I really tried to be good and not spend very much money, and it depends on what kind of stuff they have, how carried away I get. A lot of vendors weren't there Saturday, so that helped my pocket a lot. One thing I picked up is Bath & Body Works Hibiscus Paradise shower gel. We have a vendor there that buys truckloads of items and sells them at a bargain for us, and he still turns a profit, and once in a while you can find some Bath & Body Works products there. And I picked this up. My daughter-in-law gave me some of the Hibiscus Paradise lotion, and I really enjoyed it, but I ran out. So when I saw the shower gel, I grabbed it. Now these sell for $13.50 at Bath & Body Works, and I picked it up for $5, and it's a full bottle. You guys can go to Bath & Body Works and spend your $13.50. I'll grab it for $5. That works for me. Also, there was a vendor there that her whole booth is jewelry, and it's mostly vintage and things like that. And I like checking her out sometimes because you find a lot of stuff at her booth that you don't find just going in a store or ordering online, because it's kind of unique, and it's older stuff that I imagine she picks up here and there and then brings to her booth. And her prices are phenomenal. I bought a butterfly necklace from her a while back for a little bit of nothing, and I really like it. And Saturday I picked up these earrings. They're not anything like super phenomenal. Here, the light's a little bit better over here. Just wires with some turquoise colored beads, and I wear this color a lot in the summertime, so I picked these up and I thought they would be fun for summer, just the delicate little wires, and I paid $3 for these. So I can't wait for the warmer weather to come so I can put these on and get some use out of them. I also picked up the necklace that I'm wearing today, and it was behind glass, and when I asked her if I could look at it, it looked like just 3 smooth silver hoops, but actually the hoops have each one of them has a little bit of a different texture to it. I paid a whole $4 for this necklace. I'm really liking it, so I'm glad I picked that up. I wear gold and silver, but I tend to grab silver more often, so I grabbed this. And then also the ring that I'm wearing today, I also picked up. Let's see if I can, and I love black and silver together. Let's see if I can get it in front of the camera better. There we go. Black and silver together. I'm trying to get a good, there we go. Black and silver together. And I like that it's a little bit of a wider band. Delicate jewelry doesn't look that wonderful on me because I'm not a tiny person. And I picked this up for $5. And I'm really in love with it. They had a lot of other pieces I really liked, but I tried to be good. I only grabbed the 3 pieces to, you know, keep my spending reasonable this week. But for $12, a pair of earrings, a necklace, and a ring, I'm pretty happy. So that was my little flea market haul. Like I said, a lot of vendors weren't there, so I was pretty good on my pocket this week. The other thing I wanted to share, because like I said, this is going to be a short, sweet video, is a project I made over the weekend, and I'm really happy with the way it turned out. There was a lot of frustration along the way. I felt like giving up a couple times and just chucking the whole project, but I didn't let it get the best of me, and I persisted. I just had to put it aside a couple times and do some problem solving along the way. So without further ado, I am going to show you what I came up with this weekend. I made this lantern. Turn it around. So I came up with this lantern. And this is made from, if you remember the haul I did about a week or so ago, Dollar Tree and Walmart haul, I picked up some 8x10 photo frames. These, however, are not those frames, because once I started taking the glass out to make the lantern, if the first one fell apart, so I didn't even bother trying with the other ones. So a few days ago I went to Walmart and I spent a little bit more and picked up some frames that were a little sturdier, and these cost $1.99. So for like 75 cents more, I got a better quality frame. These are the mirrors that I picked up at the Dollar Tree, and I will admit this is not an entirely original idea. I found the original idea off a channel here on YouTube. It's called Olivia's Romantic Home, and I will put a link to her website, and actually I'll put a link to the tutorial of this in my description box. And she did hers a little different. Hers looks a little bit more shabby chic. I was going for a slightly more rustic look. I tried to make it look like wood that had been painted white and then weathered away for the wood to show through. Which, ironically enough, I started with the white and then went to the brown, and it had kind of the reverse effect, which is fine. It worked out. But like I said, I just wanted to look old and a little rustic. She attaches the mirrors with Chanel pipe cleaners, and I did the same thing, but I didn't want ugly white pipe cleaners showing. So I took some jute rope and wrapped around, again, to make it look a little bit more rustic and to cover up the ugly white pipe cleaners. And in order to incorporate throughout the lantern, I took a little bit of a thinner jute rope and just wrapped some around the post to bring the look all the way through. And her lantern didn't have a bottom. She just set it on top of a framed mirror, which looked beautiful with the vignette she did. But I wanted a bottom for mine. Just my personal preference. So I'm going to show it to you one more time put together, and then I'm going to take the flowers and stuff out to show you how it looks without the decor. And for this, I purchased some battery operated candles. I got them on Amazon, and I was checking the prices. I knew I wanted the battery operated candles, and I wanted ivory, and the prices were outrageous for battery operated candles, and I refused to pay that much. Usually when I shop for something, I have a particular price in mind that I'm willing to pay, and if it's more than that, I just won't buy it. So I don't know if you're aware, but Amazon has a warehouse and an outlet. The outlet I'm not overly impressed with, but the warehouse has some really, really good deals, and they're usually very limited supply, and oftentimes it's a slightly damaged product, or I've had a lot of luck. I've bought quite a few things from the warehouse, and I've never had a problem with anything being damaged. Sometimes the packaging is just a little banged up, so they reduce the price because they can't sell it at the full price because of the packaging. And so I got these. I don't remember exactly how much I paid for them without looking it up. They're a little bit smaller than I wanted, but for the price was more what I was willing to pay. And then the flowers, I just bought a stem of flowers from Walmart. It was $5 and something, and I wanted to put them around the candles, but I didn't want it a permanent arrangement, because with the seasons I want to be able to change out the florals for fall, maybe some orange and golds, Christmas time I might put some red and greens, or if I put it in another room of the house I may want to change the colors of the flowers. So I didn't want it permanently attached, but I didn't want to just throw the flowers in there so that if it got bumped the flowers were going to fall all over. So actually I had purchased these wooden rings to use for some other projects, so I just took a wood ring and I hot glued the flowers around so that if I want to change it out, it's easy to take this out of the lantern, put it aside, and then if I want to use it again I can slip it back over there. So that's probably what I'll do if I change it out to other flowers. I'll do the same type of thing where I just glue it on a ring so I can place it over the candles. The candles were smaller than I wanted, so I had to think of a way to raise them so the proportions were better. So basically I had a little styrofoam circle, but that didn't raise it up quite enough, and I wanted the flowers raised a little bit too, so a book. Sometimes it's all about problem solving and thinking outside the box, but you know, if you give it a little thought, you can figure out how to make things work. So, and this one came on, and I don't want that on. Bumped on. Fix that. So I'll do that. And the reason I wanted to take this out is because I wanted to show you the bottom I came up with. Now I'd had a few ideas, and like I said, the problem solving had to come into place because originally I thought, wow, I have those jumbo popsicle sticks. I wonder if I could, you know, make them like slats and put them on the bottom, but obviously they weren't big enough. They're probably about 5.5, maybe 6 inches, and this is about 8.5 by 9.5 on the bottom, so obviously that didn't work. And then I thought, oh, I can use wood paint stirrers and just cut them down to size and make slats. And I thought I had quite a few, but when I went and looked, I only had 3 of them, and obviously that didn't work. So I had to stop and think what I could use. I thought at one point maybe cutting a piece of glass down, because I do have a glass cutting tool, and I wasn't sure if I really liked the idea of a glass bottom. And then I thought, well, I have a piece of mirror, maybe I could cut that down and then it would reflect the candlelight. And I thought, well, I really don't like that idea either, because if it gets bumped, your glass is going to break, your mirror is going to break, and you're going to just have a mess basically, and you're still not going to have a bottom. So I didn't like that idea, and I thought, well, what else can I use? What else can I use? I do have a piece of wood, but I didn't feel like going outside and cutting a piece of wood and thinking about how to put that on the bottom. So I brainstormed, and I'm like, well, I have chipboard, but I don't want a cardboard bottom because that looks a little not great. So I sat down and thought, and I'm like, oh, the jumbo popsicle sticks. So what I did is I cut the rounded ends off and cut them to size and glued them to the chipboard, and then put the chipboard on the bottom. And this is what I came up with, and I stained it and then adhered it to the bottom. So the bottom are the stained popsicle sticks. So I have a wooden bottom. And I did leave, you might be asking, oh, why did she not put glass or anything in it? That's just basically so I can change out the insides without a problem, put it in and out. And these particular candles are battery operated with a remote. Not all of them come with a remote. So if you don't have a remote, you're going to want to reach in there to turn the candles on if you choose to. So this makes it a lot easier with it being open. Now on her tutorial, she used E6000 glue, which my understanding is it's an excellent adhesive. I personally haven't had a lot of luck with it, but a lot of people love it. So she used a combination of the E6000 for a permanent bond and hot glue to temporarily hold it in place until the E6000 cured. I didn't have much luck. I find that E6000, like I said, a lot of people love it. I particularly don't, because it makes stuff very slippery because it's very gel-like, and the frames are just slipping around. And then the hot glue tends to harden really quick, so it just wasn't working. The E6000 was slippery. The hot glue was cooling off before I could adhere it. Well, maybe it would work for someone else that tries it. It just wasn't working for me. So I just chose to use a gel super glue. Worked much better. And then once I put the frame in place, I just put a heavy book on it until the glue really stuck. And like I said, I did the frame. I painted everything white ahead of time. Then when I adhered it, I went in with the I used an antiquing wax, which actually is more of a consistency of a paint than a wax, but then I went and dry brushed some brown onto it to get the rustic thing, and did the same with the mirrors, the front and back. So that is my lantern project. Like I said, I will link the original tutorial down in my description box. I ended up paying, instead of $1.25 at the Dollar Tree for the frames because they fell apart, I got these at Walmart for $1.99, and the frames were $1, or, well, when I originally bought the first three, the Dollar Tree was still $1, and then when I went back and got the other one, it was $1.25. So $5 for the mirrors, $8 for the frame, so $13, and all the other stuff I had on hand. I picked up the popsicle sticks at the Dollar Tree as well, and I used maybe a third of the pack, probably not even that much. So for under $15, this is what I came up with, excluding the stuff I put inside. So I don't know, I never do anything the easy way. It probably would have been easier to just go to the store and buy a decorative lantern, but I like to stress myself out actually trying to make it instead of just buying it. And like I said, there was a couple of times I felt like giving up, but I wasn't going to let it get the best of me, and I'm kind of happy I stuck with it because, I mean, I don't know what you think, but I'm really happy with it. And I had a stand that was empty that I had a Christmas poinsettia on, and once the poinsettia went south, I sat there looking at the empty stand for weeks, and I'm like, I really need to find something to put on that. So this is what I came up with. It's perfect for the spot, and there's the answer to what did I do with the mirrors, because I had a few people ask me, what are you going to do with the mirrors? There you go. So that's all I have for you right now. Go ahead and feel free to leave me a comment letting me know what you think of my project and my flea market finds, and don't forget to like my video, and I'd really appreciate it if you consider subscribing. So until next time, bye.